So we're about to get on the Crawley history a little bit. We're going to talk about the people of the Red Hand, and I'm going to show you how these Crawleys are connected to the people of the Red Hand, which is a very important biblical story. So it says some refugees seem to have migrated north into Europe via the Black Sea. Others from Troy migrated south to the area of Miletus. See Roberta Harris, The World of the Bible, 1995 map on page 63. And still other Trojans appear to have traveled west, even all the way to Spain and France, some of them eventually migrating to Britain. And we know the Malaysians also migrated to Spain from the eastern Mediterranean at a later time and ending up in Ireland. So Ireland is very important. I'm going to get into that too, the Ur of the Chaldeans. If you go watch Kirimo's video on that, he'll give you around 4 videos, all I think like 2 hours to an hour long videos of explaining the Ur of the Chaldeans. And he gets very deep into that stuff. And you can continue watching all his videos. He'll just keep adding on to it. But it says, it is amazing that the true royal lines from Zerah, the Trojan dynasty, and the Athenian Malaysian or Milesian dynasty both passed through the Iberian Peninsula. So Iber or Iberian has to do with Chaldea, which is Ireland. Arriving here, these settlers may have sailed up the Ebro River and upon its banks founded the city of Saragossa, which some have identified as Hebrew Zerah, meaning stronghold of Zerah. Strengthening the identification with Zerah is the fact that the Malaysian rulers who assumed the Irish throne were known as the people of the Red Hand. In fact, the Red Hand appears even today on the official flag of Northern Ireland on the coasts of many Irish and Scottish clans. And here I'm gonna show you guys how and why the Crawleys are connected to the people of the Red Hand, because it's in their coat of arms. This ancient regional emblem is known as the Blood Red Hand of Ulster. Ulster being the northern province of Ireland through which the High Kingship was later transferred to Scotland. An old story explains the origin of Ulster's heraldic symbol this way. A quarrel arose between Ahriman and Eber over the right to rule all of Ireland, and it continued through their descendants. Ahriman and Eber, so legend has it, originally made a wager on which of them would reach Ireland first. Realizing that Eber was about to reach the shore before him, Ahriman is said to have cut off his hand and thrown it onto the shore, claiming to have won the bet. Thereafter, the O'Neill kings of Ahriman's line, named after the Milesian ancestor Newell, a later king in his line named Niall, adopted a symbol of a red hand, but a hand reaching forth is a symbol of kingship, and the severed hand is a fanciful tale. Okay, so this is all I'm gonna read on this. It's just giving you a basic information of what the Red Hand is and how Zerah is connected to, or the biblical Zerah, which is a descendant of Abraham or Isaac, Jacob, David, all of them. But it's gonna go through again. Pharez, the royal lineage goes through Pharez, through the biblical lineage of King David's line, but Zerah connects back into that when Ahriman married Tefi, that's her name, Tefi, and Tefi was from what's her name line, Pharez's line, and then Ahriman or the Malaysian kings, they descend from Zerah. So again, the Hebrew line stays connected. So regardless, these people are descendants of the line of David. And this is going to be very important when I explain the Crawley history. We are definitely descendants from King David's line, and we are royals. And it's going to get deep. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go back. So this is a different one. The clues to the history, the red line and the red hand. So also the red line, all that other stuff. It's about to get deep. Hold up. Okay, so the twins' birth was difficult, as we are told in Genesis. One child appears to be going to be the firstborn, so the midwife bound a red cord around his wrist. But the arm was withdrawn and the other child was born first. This caused a dilemma, as the midwife had marked Zerah as the firstborn, but Pharez was actually delivered first. This fact must be very important since the story is given in such detail in the Bible. As we have seen, in spite of their status as a chosen family to do God's will, Jacob's family were not all in harmony with one another, and there were numerous disputes and jealousies. The extraordinary birth of Tamar's twins was a good seed bed for more problems between the tribes. This emphasis that God had not chosen a perfect family for his work, just the best of a bad bunch, it would seem. Okay, Salah did not inherit the promise of the royal line since his mother was a Canaanite, and the royal line descended via Pharez and Zerah. So Pharez was adjusted the heir, and we can imagine Zerah's dissatisfaction once he had learned the facts of his birth. It probably gave him a chip on his shoulder. Pharez's line is given in great detail in the Bible because he became the ancestor of King David and ultimately of Christ. But after the third generation, there is no further mention of Zerah's descendants. And again, there's a reason for that. From this fact, we may infer that most of Zerah's people must have left Egypt and gone on their travels around the Mediterranean, as many Israelites appear to have done during the long sojourn and later enslavement in Egypt. One may imagine that a great many of them were too proud to endure such conditions and made their escape to the wider world. They would have taken their family symbols wherever they went, so we should look for the line of the tribe of Judah in the distinguished scarlet cord and blood-stained hand of Zerah. Okay, this is where it's going to get into the heraldry or the coat of arms and how the Crawleys connect to the hand of Zerah or the blood-stained hand or the scarlet cord, the red lion, all that stuff. The lion was still an emblem of Judah, so Zerah's line was differentiated by a rampant lion, red like the bloody hand. Where should we look today for these symbols? So, I'm not going to get into any of all this stuff. All right, hold up, I might get into this. I said, founding settlements did not prevent sections of these people from moving on ever westwards and northwards in obedience to the deep-seated urge of the race. Some under Calco settled in Hibernia, another Hebrew-rooted name, and went later to the Hebrides. These people, according to Irish legend, founded the kingdom of Ulster around 1600 BC. Up to recent times, the Ulster emblem was the red hand, encircled by a scarlet cord. So Zerah's descendants, or because again, Zerah's grandson was Calcol, and they're talking about some under Calcol settled in Hibernia and went on later to the Hebrides. These people, according to Irish legend, founded the kingdom of Ulster. So they're saying Zerah's descendants founded these places, and again, Ulster is in Ireland, so they founded those places. Okay, let's show you. I'm going to go to this book I have a screenshot of. Okay. So here is the red hand, and it shows you the emblems of Zerah, Judah, the line of Judah, the red hand, the cord of Zerah, Judah. Okay. And here is the rampant red line of Zerah, Judah. So you're seeing the heraldry or the symbols or the coat of arms that the people of this lineage practice or they used in their coat of arms because it's passed down. Remember that. And again, these are royal lines. This is a royal line. Only the people of the royal line can use these symbols. That's it. Only these people can use these symbols. Okay. And again, this is another one I took a screenshot of. It says, thus on the riverbanks of which they founded the city of Zaragoza. And they're talking about Zerah's people, because Zaragoza is named particularly after Zerah of the Bible. It's still called Ebro, and to land itself they give the name Iberia, the land of the Iberi or Hebrews, or Hiberi or Hebrews. Later, Calcol, a descendant of Zerah, and at least some of the others left Iberia, moving on north to the land we call Ireland. And again, they took their name with them, calling their new home Hiberia or Hibernia, and the islands of the north, the Hebrides. Then with Calcol as their king, the descendants of Zerah Judah founded the kingdom of Ulster shortly after 1600 BC, and from that time on until the present, a matter of 3,600 years, the emblem Ulster has been a red hand circle with a scarlet cord. Furthermore, 3 of Ulster's 6 counties, as well as the towns of Bangor and Dugan, I don't know how to say that, have the red hand as a part of their official emblem. It is true, of course, that since the division of Ireland in 1920, the official arms of Northern Ireland show the red hand alone without the scarlet cord. But this does not alter the fact that the ancient traditional emblem of Ulster was and still a red hand encircled by a cord. So there, again, this is from Kirimo, And this is Symbols of Our Celtic Saxon Heritage by W.H. Bennett. It's a PDF. You can look that up too. Here's the symbol for the kings of Scotland, or Ireland, whatever it is. There's the red hand cord again. You can see the red hand down with this emblem there. Okay. Now I'm gonna start showing you the Crawley stuff. Get you guys to realize, like, okay, so this is, I'm gonna go over. So you see, this is the Crawley symbol. It says, "O Crawley, chief coat of arms per record." We know Crawley and Crowley are the same family. It's just a different variation. One's in English, we could say they're both in English, because I mean, you can read it in English regardless, but still the same name. And you see at the top, he has the bloodstained hand, or the red hand of Ulster. So that means that they are descendants of those people. And I'm going to show you the McDermotts too. So this is the Crawley coat of arms per record, says 5062. They have the boar, 1, 2, and they have 3 crosses. I'm going to call them crosses. They still have the red hand holding the scepter. So they're holding the scepter of Judah in their hand. Then you got the red lion. They got 3 boars, and you got those 3 lions. And this is the McDermott's symbol, which I will show you right here. The McDermott family, a genealogical history of Irish families. This is their symbol. And again, they have the scepter of Judah in their hand if you go to the Crawley one. And this is showing the rampant line of Judah, which is connected to Zerah's line. So the rampant red line of Zerah, Judah. Again, the hand of Ulster, the bloody red hand of Ulster. You got the rampant red line on the McDermott symbol, or the heraldic symbol. You go to the Crawleys. If you go to the Crawleys here, you can see this is the same family. It says Samuel Crawley, but at the middle of the heraldic symbol, they have the boar's head, right? You go back to the Crowleys, they always have the boar in the middle, and then here's the heraldic symbol, or the red hand holding the scepter, meaning that they hold the scepter of Judah. This is the McDermott family line. And I'm going to show you the Crawleys. Use that one. The Crawleys. I'm just going to go to my deeper down. So you can see the McDermott O'Crawleys, the 3 boar's head. If you go back to the McDermotts, they have the 3 boar's head along with, again, the rampant red lion. So regardless, you can see the descendants of these people. So here's O'Crawley. Then you got the red hand of Ulster. They got the throne on top. That's David's harp. Then you got more of those. I don't know what symbol that is yet. The McDermott family. I don't know if anybody can read this. I don't think I'm going to. I was just showing you guys, though, this map. It says the O'Neills, McDermotts. I'm showing you how the McDermotts and the Crawleys still the same. They're the same family. So McDermott MacDiarmata, or McDermott O'Crawley, the Royal Crawley lands, showing you the breakdown of how they're connected. Oh, there's the O'Neills, right? And then you go up here. I know this is Wikipedia, but I mean, it's a little bit of information. It's not. It still shows you a little bit of the truth. You see the O'Neills, and remember they said that his name was Neil, or Neill, and I'll show you that too. And then you see Eochaid Mugmedon, and there's the red hand of Ulster, and he's the High King of Ireland. Only the High Kings can use that symbol. Remember, you guys can see like the same similarities. Here's another coat of arms. You got the same boar. Again, the boar in the middle. And again, this is Crowley or O'Crawley, Ireland, right? Same. They just changed the names. I want to find something. I'm going to show you this map here too. There's Crawley right there. You can see it. Crawley, same family. No difference. You know what? I'll just show you on the Wikipedia. Again, this is the McDermott clan. Like they're showing you. Like we can just go. I can just show you this. The 3 boars, the lion's head. I mean, even if you go to a different one, there's the 3 board. They have the lion's head holding the scepter. So regardless, they're giving you the same 3 boars holding the crown. Probably the Lion of Judah, the scepter. You have the crown of Ireland on the top of your head. 3 boars. 1, 2, 3. Same thing. It doesn't really matter where you go. This one most likely is the real one. I mean, it looks like it's the real one. This one would be, but it has the red lion. And this is Library of Ireland, so. And I'm going to show you how the Crawleys connect, though. Okay, so, and this is from clan history. If you go to the clan history, just visit it. Talking about the Crawley clan. They descend from the O'Connor kings of Connacht, descending from Muridachi, Muridat, Molathan, whatever the last name is, king of Connacht. It is an offshoot of the McDermott prince of Moylurk per the genealogies recorded in the Book of Ulster, O'Clery's genealogies and McFergus. And they're going to go into all this other stuff I'll get into later, but yeah. But regardless, you can see how they're connected to the McDermotts. They have the McDermotts. They have the boar's head, 1, 2, 3. And you go back to the McDermotts. If I just go back to the McDermotts, I mean, you can see they got the boar's head and the 1, 2, 3. One of them just has one boar's head. I have no idea how it worked back then, but something, I mean, you can tell they're related. I'm gonna just look it up one more time. Just look it up. I'll just do all. Yeah. This is the McDermott clan and the Crawley clan, or Crawley clan. It doesn't matter what it is. You can just call them Crawleys. Origin as an offshoot of the McDermotts. The Crawley family name derives from O'Crawley, began as a branch of the McDermotts of Moylurk in County Roscommon, where the first ancestors being Crawley, a McDermott of Moylurk in the mid-11th century. Eventually, a major branch of the Crawley family migrated to Cork County, where they became a distinct sept or clan. So again, even then, this Crawley family is most likely the first. Like this, we're going down the line. So we're going to say the Crawleys of Ireland were the main branch of the Crawley family. Everybody else were descending from them. So even regardless, their descendants, all these Crawleys they're talking about with the baronets, the ones that are marrying the barrows, which I'll get into the Crawley Bovey baronets in a little bit. But these people are all connected. And they're telling you that by giving you, they're giving it away. And I'll get into that, how the Crowleys and the Crawleys, it doesn't matter which way you put it, they're the same family. There's no way they're not. And I can even show you. Okay, so there's O'Crawley, right? O'Crawley, and then there's Crawley, descendants of Crawley. They give it away. They're literally the same name. There is literally no difference in the name. So it doesn't really matter. They're still the same family. And I'm not even gonna believe in. That's the first thing they're gonna say. They're not the same family, but in reality, they are the same family. I mean, I can show you multiple other ones that basically say they're the same family. And I'm gonna show you. Again, this map right here literally says O'Crawley, and then has Crawley, and then Crawley at that. And just like if you go up here, they give you different names. Same thing. Like it doesn't really matter. So O'Neill, and like Neil, they're gonna call him Neil, N-E-I-L, right? But his name is O'Neill. Just like McDermott, McDiamarta, same thing. It doesn't matter. Okay, so all right. So here's the line, the genealogies of Tefi, Jeremiah's ward, and Eochida, the Hermon, harmonized, right? T Tefi, there's Hermon, Eber. They married each other. Continuing David's line, right? Remember, these are the people of the Red Hand, or Zerah's descendants, right? The people of the Red Hand. The people of the Red Hand and the court of Zerah, Judah, right? Remember the rampant red lion of Zerah, Judah. The rampant red lion of Zerah, Judah, holding the scepter. The Red Hand of Ulster, holding the scepter, and this is the Crawley coat of arms, right? Showing you again the Crawleys. They have the king. They have that symbol on the top. That has to mean something. Okay, we already know they're kings. So remember, Samuel Crawley, the Red Boar, and I'm showing you how the families are literally connected. There's no Crawley and Crawley. There's no difference. They got the Red Boar in the middle, the boar in the middle, Crowley. They name it Crowley, but it's Crawley. Doesn't matter. So I'm just giving you these examples. So these people right here, Haramont, Eber, the genealogies of Jeremiah and the Ward. Remember we said Eokida, the Haramont. Almana is T-Tefi, right? There's the O'Neills, Eokide, same dude, the High King of Ireland, the Red Hand of Ulster. Again, you cannot be a king unless you are a descendant of the line of Judah. That is how it works. So I'm gonna get into a little bit more soon, but yeah, that's all for now.